I'm here with Norma Atkinson, affectionately known as Sister Atkinson, from our local church, someone who's been in Aldershot for many years. And I'm just going to have a short conversation with her so she can share her experience of what it was like back in the day. So, Sister Atkinson, you are probably among the first black people to have a business in Rushmoor. What was it like, and how? When did you have that business? When did it start?
It started in 1989. It was very good because in those days our black people didn't used to the English food, so it was very good. We find it successful because the black people had their food that they like. So I found it very successful. People used to, it was round Station Road, 10 Station Road, and it was very good.
Excellent, so just around the corner?
Yes.
Excellent, it's good to hear. You've been a member of this local church and part of the New Testament Church of God for many, many years. Yourself and your late husband, Pastor Atkinson, served in many areas. How important was the church to the community and obviously yourself back in the day? How important was the church?
It was very important to the black people because the churches around the area wasn't acceptable. They wouldn't accept us because, I came here as Anglican member was confirmed in Jamaica, and when I came with a letter to take to the nearest Anglican church, and I took it there, and the minister said to me, "Well, you can stay here today, but there's a church down there maybe will accept you," because the members didn't want you here, didn't accommodate you here. So I had to. So that's the reason why we have a black church in Aldershot. If we were accepted, we wouldn't have maybe started a black church in Aldershot.
So there was that sense of community, and almost like a big family.
Yes. For the black people, because another thing, because we were not accepted, we had to sort of come together and go to each other. What we used to do after service, maybe on a Sunday, we would go to each other's house, and we leave from one house to another, and gather a group, and so we became a family.
That sounds wonderful. That sounds wonderful. Thank you very much. Finally, I've heard over the years many stories about the places where people used to work. Do you remember some of the places that were common to where black people used to work in Rushmoor back in the day?
Yes, we used to work in North Lane. There was a factory called Buxted Chicken Factory.
Yeah, I've heard about the chicken factory.
Yes, and we also used to work Timothy White. It was Boots warehouse where you goes in and you different sort of packing, because even to medication we had to distribute it and then send it out to different chemists, and we had the army. We used to work we had 1 para, 2 para, and 3 para. It's now gone, and we have the Bulla, and we had Beaumont Barrack up the top there. That's now housing, and these are some of the different in Aldershot itself. We have people from this down in the north come down because they couldn't find any jobs anywhere else. Everybody was coming down to Aldershot to work in those days. Nurses also, we had the nurses, but they couldn't get jobs because a lot of them, the jobs that they used to do, they couldn't get them. And so they had to go to other places to work. People working to the hospital. We had a hospital in North Lane. We used to work, I worked there. That's my first job there as auxiliary nurse. It's now, have a building there now, but these are some of the jobs that we used to do. We came here with maybe a lot of different sort of qualification, but we were told we can't have it. They wouldn't give it. We go to places and we're told also that we don't apply black, so we have to go elsewhere to find jobs.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Norma, for sharing your experiences in Rushmoor from way back when, and thank you also for your contribution to this great borough as well. Thank you.